Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to a new trick tip video. Today I will be covering the Boneless Impossible. Yes, that's right, you heard it well, a Boneless Impossible. So to first cut down, what is a Boneless Impossible? So a Boneless Impossible is a boneless where you actually grab the board and wrap it around your back foot and just stomp back on it. Now you will maybe think, holy darn, that's crazy as hell. It also is, and it's also fun as hell. But first, let's get down to some major important questions. Has it already been done? Yes, of course it's already been done. I mean, we are not here to reinvent the hot water. No, but I have to say I didn't find anything on the internet about this trick. I tried many various searches, from Google to Bing to YouTube to any other website I could find, and to be honest, I found some tutorials about a Boneless Impossible, but they were not as close as I thought it would be. I also tried to find and look back into archives from the past, but sadly enough I also didn't find anything. But I am pretty sure people are doing this trick and people did this trick in the past. I saw some couple of videos on the internet, mainly on Instagram, about some people doing this trick off stairs in the same motion, but I had a feeling that they were throwing their board more like a 360 shove it instead of the full impossible rotation. But I counted it in because it looked badass as hell, and the stair set was also kind of big, so it's like whoa. But I don't know like who invented the trick. I didn't find anything about that, and I also didn't find old footage about this, so I'm pretty sure guessing this is just again some sadly enough forgotten glory, but that we are going to revive back today. Let's categorize this trick. I particularly don't think this is a modern street or freestyle trick, in my opinion. The reason why is, yeah, in freestyle you still have the debate about foot plants, and in the modern way of street skateboarding you already have an impossible, but that's the one where you pop your board with. That's also mainly the one that they use at freestyle. But in street style you actually don't pop the board, you again grab and scoop it off the ground. You actually pull it from underneath your feet and you spin it around your back foot. So that's why I would definitely say this is a OG street style trick. But now enough of jibble jabble and let's get down to the trick. So mainly what I would say first to know is how to boneless and how to beam plant. Those are two essential tricks in my recommendation that you should have before trying this. One of the reasons is if you know already how to do these tricks properly and with style, then your Boneless Impossible will also not look a little bit rugged, because it is always possible to do these tricks without knowing the other tricks, but in this case it's essential that you make it also look good. And I've actually noticed this in a lot of street style tricks, that people are saying I got this and I got this, and I'm proud of them throwing them, but it's like a lack of effort. It's like, yes, they did a boneless, or they did a 360, or they did a bean plant, but it's not styled out, it's not boned. And in this video I really want to hammer down on it that you spin also when you do this trick, that the impossible is really beautiful done, that you really can see like, oh my god, this board is going upside down around the foot. So that's why I'm pretty hammering on get that boneless and the beam plant on lock and like beautiful. It doesn't need to be high for me, just make sure that you got it boned and styled out, that you can like in your mind say, snap, I got a bonus, snap, I got a beam plant. You don't need to land it every time, but that you know, like, okay, I can solidly throw them, there is no stuttering, I got this. Now for the foot stance. If you are driving goofy like I am, then you slip your right foot on the edge and you just keep your left foot or your back foot just on the tail, like with a regular boneless. There's nothing special on that. It's not that you need to place your feet a little bit like that, a little bit. You just need to set up like a boneless. That's what I'm saying, very important. Same with the beam plant. Just set up your feet that you're comfortable for doing that trick. Now, where actually the magic happens is you will need to grab your board when you crouch down, twist it. So your arm will need to be twisted. The reason why is otherwise you cannot make the scoop and make it turn around. I will take my board, just show you guys. So this is my board, and once you go down grabbing it, you will first and for all set up for a boneless or beam plant. Is the same setup. So you will set up for that. So your feet are here, and you will pick your backhand like you would do a boneless with. Normally that should be here. You will place it on the side where you would do a beam plant with. So that's on the inside. So your backhand goes on the inside, but you cannot place it like a boneless. That would be weird. Your arm you cannot grab them. So what will happen is you will pick your hand and you will twist it. So you will grab your board like this. So your elbow is facing the outside. Same with the palm of your hand. It will face the outside. This will sound, and you may think like, dude, that is awkward as hell. Like, I am not that flexible. Trust me, you don't even need to be flexible for this one. It's just, you need to get used to grabbing your board like this. So now you grabbed your board and you're standing crouch. What you will do then is just do as what you do with a beam plant and a bonus. Slide that front foot off. Very important. You should have already grabbed the board and then slide off. A common mistake with a lot of people. Like, that's why I'm really hammering on know how to do your bonus or beam plant. Because if you are sliding your foot off before you're grabbing it, then you will not be scooping it. That's how simple it is. There is still a discussion between people and me about the beam plant, because there are various people who just pop the beam plant in their hand and then pick it up. In my opinion, hella cool, hella sick, and that's your way to do it. If that's comfortable for you, fine by me. It looks hella cool, fine by me. Is it harder? Yes, of course it's harder, and surely if you will do it off stuff, it can become quite a hard thing to get around with. So that's why I'm saying crouch down, grab the board, then slide off. That's how it's been done, that all the time since like back in the days, and that's how it's done by the book. So let's back to it. Now you slide your foot off, your foot is on the ground, now everything comes up. What you will notice, like in this video that will show you, is that your foot will slide off and your port will pull up. But because your hand and arm is twisted, the first thing it will do is it will come up like this. You will have your board straight up. That's already a good sign if you have that. With that, when it's straight up, you will turn your hand and actually throw it again behind you. So what you will do is a motion like this. You will turn, you will lift and twist. Lift and twist. It is something you need to get used to. I'm telling you, this is a trick. In the beginning, it will look really floppy, maybe kind of sketchy, but that's the learning process. I don't expect anybody that learns a trick that he has it styled out in first try. But of course, we always have these special moments that it is possible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but chances are smaller. The last thing you just need to do is focus on the board. What I tend to do is I just focus on when I see my grip tape back, facing down. So when I see the grip tape, that's the time in my mind that I say stomp the board on bolts and just land it. This is particularly also something you get used to, but it's not something that takes long to adapt to. It's just, but that works for me. If you have another feeling that works for you, then it's good. Some difficulties you may have is that you, for instance, sometimes swing too high. Watch out for that, because the higher you swing it, the harder it will also get to land on it. Because if you particularly doing this on flat ground, the momentum you have from jumping up is also only the time you have for throwing it back underneath you. If you will gap something, then you have way more time, so then you have way more time to think like, okay, I have it around myself, then bam, slam. Watch out if you fail those or you don't land it, it will also hurt more. But if you know how to fall, then it will still hurt, but a bit less. Also, one of the things can be is that it doesn't look that good. Well, only one thing to make it look good is practice, 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 and lots of practice. The more you do something, the more it will become style. I mean, if you look at all the modern street skaters, you can for surely pick the guys out who do this a lot, and you can pick the people out who don't do this a lot. You will definitely see, you cannot expect from somebody who's not skating a lot to have his tricks beautifully down. It is impossible. Skateboarding is practice. It's a lot of repeating. And if you repeat something a lot, you will certainly nail it. It's like, for instance, playing a video game, for instance. If you don't play a video game a lot, then there are high chances that you will suck at it. But if you play it a lot and you know how to do everything, then there's a high chance that you will be good at it. And it's the same with skateboarding, and it's the same in every sport. The more you practice, the better you will get. So if you want to get good, really, really good at street styling or street skateboarding or at freestyle or just at anything in general in life, do it a lot. And if you work hard for it, you will for surely get what you want in your mind as goal. And so with that down, that is how you actually do the trick. If you ask or wonder, can you do something else with that? Of course you can. There is also a possibility to throw this into a 360, a 180, and even a flip. If you add a flip at the end, that's all possible. They're of course harder than the regular one that I now explained to you guys, but that's the fun about skateboarding. See where it can bring you. Maybe you guys come up with a whole new one that I'll be like, bam, wow, never thought about that. And then I would be glad to get to know how to do that from you guys. If I haven't covered something, or you have problems with this trick, or you have a question about it, just write me a message on Instagram or write it in the comments, and I will try to help you as best as I can right away. But like I said, first try to understand the trick, then practice it, and normally you should be fine at all. So I would tell you guys, keep yourself good, keep on shredding, and see you in the next one.